Greetings to all. I am K. Thangaranjitham from Government College of Engineering, Tirunelveli. I am handling basics of biomedical instrumentation subject through this video class. In this video we are going to see about 4th unit last topic. So the 4th unit previous topic I completed in previous videos. In this video we are going to see about cardiac output measurement. This is the final topic of 4th unit. So the unit heading is measurement of non-electrical parameters. The last parameter is cardiac output measurement. Through this video class we are going to see about how the cardiac output be measured. Cardiac output is the amount of blood delivered by the heart to different parts per minute. For normal adults, the cardiac output is 4 to 6 liters per minute. The measurement of cardiac output is important to study the cardiac disorders. The decrease in cardiac output is due to blood pressure, reduced tissue oxygen generation, poor renal function, shock and accidents. Cardiac output is measured by 3 methods. First one is fixed method, another one is indicator dilution method, and then measurement of cardiac output by impedance change. These are all the 3 methods available to measure the cardiac output measurement. So first one is a fixed method. In fixed method, cardiac output is determined by the analysis of gas keeping of the organizations. Cardiac output can be calculated by continuously infeeding oxygen into the blood or removing in the form of blood and measuring the amount of oxygen in the blood before and after its passage. The figure shows here the incoming and outgoing oxygen and carbon dioxide being measured, from which we can able to how much amount of oxygen inserted and delivered. Through some of the calculation it can be measured. Let I is equal to CAQ minus CQQ, where I is the amount of infused or removed oxygen per unit time, where Q is equal to I divided by Ca minus Cv, where Q is the cardiac output in terms of liters per minute, Ca is the concentration of oxygen in arterial blood outgoing, and Cv is the concentration of oxygen in venous blood. Okay, so in that manner, according to the calculation of this current measurement, the incoming and outgoing oxygen level be encountered from the and then it will be compared with one reference range, from which we can able to know the value of Q, from which we can able to find the our circulated oxygen is in normal range or in out of range. In that manner we can able to analyze the range of cardiac output. And then another method is the indicator dilution method. In indicator dilution method, a known amount of dye or radioisotope is used as an indicator in the blood circulation, and then measuring the concentration of the indicator with respect to time, we can estimate the volume of the flow of the blood. Let an increment of volume dV passes the sampling site in time dt. Let the mass of the indicator in dV will be equal to dm. Therefore, the concentration of the indicator is given by C is equal to dm by dt. So, dm by dt will be equal to C into dV by dt. We already know, but dV by dt will be equal to Q. Where Q is the cardiac output. And substituting it, we can obtain dm by dt will be equal to QC into dt. Integrating over time, the cardiac output can be obtained by m is equal to integration 0 to particular time QC into dt. Considering the flow as constant, we can able to obtain the cardiac output Q will be equal to m divided by 0 to t time C into dt, where Q is the cardiac output. The concentration of the indicator C is the function of time. By drawing the blood between concentration at time and the area of the curves gives directly the value of integral limit, that is 0 to t C dot dt. Then where Q, cardiac output Q will be equal to, after completing the integral, M divided by area of the curve, that is in which area we are going to measure the blood flow. In that output, that is Q is equal to M divided by area of the curve. So from which we can obtain the cardiac output measurement. Then this Q will be compared with one reference. If there is any deviation, means there may have some disorder in our measured Q value. Okay, so next one is a thermodilution method. In thermodilution method, the block diagram is given as, so here 10 millimeters of 5% dextrose in water at room temperature is injected as the thermal indicator into the right atrium. After mixing, it is deducted in the pulmonary artery by the thermistor placed at the tip of the miniature catheter probe. The temperature difference between the injected temperature and the circulating blood pressure is pulmonary article is also be measured. The reduction in temperature is integrated with respect to time. It is displayed in output time. After applying correction, the cardiac output is displayed in liters per minute. Amplifier block is used to remove non-linearity of the thermistor. So here some isotopes will be added in our muscles, from which we can able to find the response after mixing it. The response is amplified as shown in the block diagram, and then it will be compared with one reference signal, from which we can able to obtain the amount of cardiac output. And then the fourth method is measurement of cardiac output by impedance change. So according to the change of impedance, our cardiac output can be measured. The cardiac output can be determined by the impedance method is given as shown in figure. 4 electrodes are placed surrounding the thorax. Electrodes pair 1 and 4 used as current electrode. Electrodes pair 2 and 3 used as picking up the voltage across the thorax. Determine the thorax is given by, resistance is given by R is equal to rho L by A, as we know. So for changing the difference resistance, this R value will be calculated, where R is the resistivity of the patient and A is the area cross sectional of the thorax and L is the separation length between the potential electrode between 2 and 3. Volume of the thorax is given by V is equal to rho L square by R, where V is the volume of the thorax. Differentiating the above expression for V, dV is equal to minus rho L square by R square into dr. Since AC excitation is used, impedance Z is used instead of R, where dV will be equal to minus rho L square by R square into dz. By determining dV, the cardiac output can be measured by multiplying dV with heartbeat rate per minute. In that manner, we can able to obtain the cardiac output of the particular patient. So in order to obtain the cardiac output measurement, we are having 4 methods. One is Fickus method, another one is the indicator dilution, another one is the thermodilution, and then final measurement of cardiac output by impedance change. These are all the 4 methods is used for measuring the cardiac output measurement. So in this video, I completed the 4th unit in biomedical instrumentation subject. Thank you, students.